Hey guys, Fire here, and today we're back on Enemy Guardians. I figured now that I've had some time for these units to sit and the artifacts, I can go ahead and do an update rating, go over what I think about the units, how I think well designed they are, their obtainments and whatnot. If you didn't watch the last video, it's pretty simple. I'll go over how I rate these units. Before I do start, if you do find this entertaining or even just informative, please consider liking and subscribing, as it would help me out a lot. And let's go ahead and get into it. Basically, I have a few different categories. First one is obtainment. It's just how easy it was to obtain, up to 2 points. Uniqueness, just how unique the unit's kit is, up to 1 point. If they're doing damage, they're not going to get any point. If they're just damage without anything interesting about that damage, just 1 point. I mean, that would be just 0 points. Meta relevance, just how impactful they are for the meta, how good they are, how much they, it made the meta more diverse and whatnot. Strength is just genuinely how strong the unit is. This is basically just how good it is. Those two are 2 points, by the way, meta relevance and strength. Synergy, up to 1 point. It's literally just how well it works with other units. And longevity, up to 2 points, just how long that unit might last in the meta. Now, we'll go ahead and actually start with these ratings. Personally, I'm going to go with Dio overhead first. Now, Jotaro and Dio have the same obtainment point. I'm just going to get that flat out because of the fact that they are obtained the exact same way. It's from a banner with a really low chance. The exact same chance, albeit. Okay, so I gave it a 0.5 for the obtainment. It's time consuming. The mode is honestly kind of a drag because of the fact that it just continues to delete your units. I've said it over and over again, I hate modes that just delete your units. It's not fun. It feels like an artificial way to add difficulty to a stage. It's not really anything interesting. But at least it's like an interesting mode. Other than that, like the fact that it's hit based and not HP based is very unique as a concept. I was really excited for that. And also, you can just get lucky and get Jotaro and Dio really easily. So again, that's why I gave it a 0.5. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with that. It doesn't take too incredibly long, but it's still going to take you a good few hours. Especially if you don't get lucky and get both of them, and if you keep getting like one of them. Like me, for example, I got these after I got both of them, but look at my amount of Jotaros as compared to my Dios. Yeah, anyway. I gave Dio a 0.7 in uniqueness because he is doing the time stop on attacks and whatnot. Basically, every 7 seconds he gets like the time stop for 2 seconds in range. It's pretty good, but I didn't want to give him a full 1 because it is somewhat similar to Regulus, where it is just stopping enemies on the map. You know, I'm not really gonna base that, but it is still relatively unique. You know, so I gave him a 0.7. And for meta relevance, I gave Dio a 2. He's doing good damage. He's not particularly supporting much besides the time stop, but I do consider that support. So I do have him as like a good support. So he's doing basically everything you need. He's doing the time stop, he's doing pretty good damage, and he does max HP damage. So he's probably one of the best characters to have, similar to Shinra. And for strength, obviously just a 2. It's pretty similar to the meta relevance. Meta relevance is less just strength, but more like overall what the unit does, like other than just power. But strength, of course, is a 2 because he is really strong. And synergy, I gave him a 1. He doesn't need the curse book because if you're using him for just his time stop, then he doesn't need the curse book for that. But you can give him the curse book. It's not required for him. It's his best artifact, sure, but it's not required. And for longevity, I give him a 1.5. He'll probably last a while with his time stops, his max HP damage, his current HP damage. You know, similar to Shinra, wherever he is. Where is Shinra? I'm blind. There we go. Oh, okay, there he is. But, you know, overall, I gave Dio a 7.7. He's a good unit, designed really well. I do like him, but his obtainment did cut him some points, you know, so I couldn't really give him an optimal point like there. For a unit, as an actual unit, he's probably like a 9. But for overall, like how I rate these, like with obtainment, everything taken into account, he is at a 7.7. So I couldn't give him any higher than that. Now we'll go on to Jotaro. Again, his obtainment points are the exact same. I gave him a 0.8 in uniqueness because while he is mostly just damage, I like that he can hit the same enemy over and over again to get this little mini nuke thingy. I do like that, and it also makes him do more damage overall to the similar enemies. Now, of course, I gave him lower points for meta relevance as compared to Dio because he is good, but he's not as meta defining as Dio is. I give him a 1.5. He is still really good in the meta. He's still a good nuker. He can do some insane single target damage, and his damage in a group is pretty mediocre. But for strength, I also gave him a 1.5 because, again, he's not doing a lot other than just that nuke, which I feel like is pretty fair. For synergy, I gave him a 1 because he doesn't need any specific artifact that anyone else would need. Like, he just wants the Greenbone Greatsword, which there's not really many units that want that. And he also makes enemies take 25% increased damage from everything for 4 seconds whenever he is in the 5th attack state thingy, like every time he attacks 5 times, which can have some really fast uptime if you get him down to 1 SPA. And for longevity, I gave him a 1. I don't know how long he's going to last because he is basically just a single target damage dealer. He might last a while, but I'm not going to give him 2 points for longevity because he's probably not going to last forever, you know. And overall, I gave him a 6.3, which is marginally lower than Dio, but he is still a really good unit, very worthwhile to get, but he does take a while. Now, I haven't done this in another video, but I figured I would go ahead and cover them because they are here. This is the first update since I've started that added new artifacts, so I can go ahead and go over these. I didn't go some like really in-depth descriptions or whatnot for the artifacts. I just go over how good they are in general, like how useful they're going to be. Like the Scythe, very niche use cases. It's going to make your nukes twice as effective, and also makes you do more damage per wave and whatnot. This is really good for like longer content, but there's nothing in the game right now that's particularly really long. Like the longest stage I can think of off the top of my head is the I can't actually think of it now that I think about it, but okay, the Flirterless stage, whatever. It might be good there, but like in like the Kurami stage and whatnot, it's not going to be that good. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. The blade, the Demon Blood Blade, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's good, but niche. It's not really much to say here, because it's nice that it cuts HP, but it is basically just attack and that HP cut. That's it. And for the Eternal Hatred, it's just 6 out of 10. It's pretty meh. It just makes you do more damage, and there's nothing else of note here. So that's really all I gave it. I didn't give it anything extra on that note. But regardless, that's all I'm going to talk about for today's video. I do think this update was okay. I don't think it's the best update of all time. I don't think it's the worst. I think it's just a whatever update, you know. But regardless, that's going to be all for today's video. And again, if you guys did like it or find it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, as it would help me out a lot. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.